Hey guys, welcome back to Tori's Journey, starring me, Tori. Hi. Today, on this episode, it's about episode 3 right now. We're going in, still the month of January, so I will say I'm doing pretty good. Dropping a third video. Thank you to all who have been subscribing, watching the videos so far. I really appreciate you. And without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So, perception. What is perception? It is basically the way you understand or interpret a situation or a person or view anything. Like your way of understanding something. How you perceive is how you understand that situation. How you perceive a person is how you view that person. Whether it is an accurate perception or not, that's really up in the air, up for discussion, up for debate, because it is also a mental impression of what you think of the situation, the thing, or others. For example, when you see someone out in the street, they might have a certain look to them and you perceive them a certain way because they are presenting themselves in a certain manner. Now, is this perception always accurate? Not necessarily, but this is how we work as human beings. We tend to first understand by seeing, and then we find out more about that person or thing later, and then we have a better understanding rather than just a perception of the situation. I had a discussion about perception today, and there was a person who was thinking to themselves, and out loud of course, I would like to be able to basically write on my chest, like just have a sign on my chest that says how I want to be perceived. Like, for example, someone's crying on the train, I want them to know I'm here to listen if you want me to, but like, wouldn't it be nice if we all had something like this on our chests? Like, basically a label that describes us to a T. If we're the type who's the listening type, if we're the caring type, if we're the angry type, if we're the kind type, the approachable type. You don't know these things about anyone until you get to know them, but our perception is the first thing we use as a tool to understand what we are seeing, who we are interacting with. It is just one tool. It does not tell us everything. It is just one tool. Another thing, on the other perspective of this situation, like being perceived by others, can also have a negative effect on you, because they might inaccurately perceive you based on their understanding of what they're seeing of you. It might not be what you're putting out, but that is what they understand from their own biases, from their own experiences, personal experiences or otherwise. So they might just put whatever thing on you, which you're not representing this thing. This is not something you want to be known for, but this person is just assuming something because they think you look a certain way or fit into a certain demographic. But I'm here to tell you, it would be easier of us to just accept one another, not be prejudgmental about each other, prejudice. Let's just be welcoming, a kind person to your other human being. Like, love your neighbor as you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, there's some things you need to do to work on that. And don't worry, I love you all for you, but you gotta love you so you can love others too. If you don't love you, how can you give love to anybody else? How? But yeah, guys, I don't know if that made any sense today, but the message is, it is important, yes, to present yourself in the manner that you would like to be perceived, but at the end of the day, let us not judge others based on their appearances. Let us get to know people before we judge them. Heck, let's not judge them if we don't have to. Really, because let he who is without sin throw the first stone. I don't see any of y'all picking up stones, so maybe let's just give each other the grace that we would like to receive in life sometimes. I mean, that's really all I got for you today. I hope you were willing to listen. I hope any of that got through to you. You are precious. You are kind. You are loved. No matter what you think others think of you, remember what you got going on in here is what matters most of all. So perceptions will be perceptions. People will perceive you however they choose to. Doesn't mean they're accurate in their perception of you. No. Doesn't mean you should allow that to make you dwell on that perception they have on you. No. You can either correct their perception of you by showing them who you really are, or you ignore it and keep it pushing. It's not worth stressing over something that's not going to help you in life. Fix it or don't deal with it. Just move on. Find a solution. Don't let the problem be your only thought process. Think of the solution too. I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something from it too. And if you didn't, catch me again next week and see if you can next time. Love you. See you next time.